Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because I'm going to be doing a get ready with me where I chat you through my experience, my time at the Creators and Friends event, as well as my trip in Vegas. I did plan to do a vlog, but I definitely did not take enough like vlog footage. So I'll insert clips here and there. I mean, I do have a like starting vlog clip, so I'll insert that so you can see the intention was there. And then as I chat through my experience while I get ready, I will also insert clips that I have, or pictures that I have. I don't necessarily know that I love the way that this look turned out today. It's really that I purchased the ColourPop on Cloud 9 palette and tried to use that, and I just shouldn't have purchased it because I don't like how it's translating on the eyes. But it's not really about the makeup. I am just so excited to share with you my experience with the Creators and Friends event. So if you're interested, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, you guys, it's official. We are doing it. We are going to Las Vegas for the Creators and Friends event. I am so anxious, nervous, and excited. And I can't believe that it's like actually happening and we're actually here and we're actually doing it. I feel like I do not like the way that I look. I've been up since like 4:30 in the morning because I did actually work today. It is currently 6:30 p.m. I have a flight to catch. I need to be at the airport at 8:30. My flight doesn't fly out until 10:30. So we got a late night flight, but I'm not totally packed yet, which is so unlike me. Usually I'll pack like weeks in advance for a trip, but we're not yet packed and I'm a little bit stressed. And before I go on a trip, I always make myself like deep clean my apartment. So like floors mopped, laundry literally all done and put away. I swear it's like the only time I ever have my laundry completely done. And like I want things like to look pristine when I come home. And the last few times I've done this, I literally like walk through the door when I get home. And you know when you're like sad because like vacation's over, but then I would walk in and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have such a clean apartment to come home to. So I make myself do that. Of course, my daughter was here with me this evening for a bit, and there's like lettuce on the floor, there's like cucumbers on the floor. She was playing water balloons inside, a water balloon popped. So that adds a level of stress to this as well because I got a lot to clean up. So I need to finish packing my suitcase. I need to make sure I don't forget anything. I still need to pack my jewelry and like hair stuff, and then like organize my suitcase. So that's where we're at. I know like once I get to the airport, I love airports. Who else loves the airport? To me, it just feels like the lawless land. Like it could be 6 a.m. and it's like completely normal to be like having a cocktail or 7 or shots at the bar. So I love the airport. So I know once I get to the airport, like I feel like I'm a good traveler. Like I love to travel. I just need to like get to the airport. So that's where we're at. I'm going to situate the things that I need to situate and off we go. Okay, really unfortunate. Not enough room for my suitcase to pack 5 days of Celsius. This is really sad. Okay, I literally need to dash out to make it to the airport. And I didn't get to fully clean my apartment, but I need to just be okay with that. On the airplane, I am literally just bringing my Kindle that my mom got me as an early Christmas present, which I'm so excited about because it's like the lightest thing ever. It takes up no space, and like I used to Elverpack books so much as I literally like ferociously apply this chapstick. And then I'm bringing my fresh lipstick. My lips are so dry, but I'm gonna dash out the door to the airport, you guys, and here we go. Good morning, you guys. Today we are going to be getting ready while I tell you guys about my trip to Vegas for the Creators and Friends event and to meet Emily from Emily and Max, one of, well, first of all, my first internet friend and one of my favorite people in this space for the last few years. And I really did want to film like a vlog for this. We'll see how this ends up getting pieced together, but I do have like a clip before I go to the airport. But then I just have realized about myself, I am not the type of person that like remembers to pull my camera out. Like I very much just like am like living in the moment, and it's very hard for me to be like, let's take a picture, which is kind of weird because I used to very much be that way. But over the years, I definitely have changed a little bit in that aspect. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about all of the things. I'm kind of like gonna walk you through maybe like day by day, like what we did. So not just the Creators and Friends event, but like my entire time while I was in Vegas. I will say I landed home and was like so excited to sit down and film this, but was so tired. So I actually got home Tuesday night, was planning to film on Wednesday, but didn't. Then I had like chaotic work days Thursday and Friday. Thought I was gonna film over the weekend, and had received a call from my lawyer on Friday that just like wasn't the most exciting divorce news, and just felt like I needed a weekend to like be. So now here we are, bright and early Monday morning, and I do have to go to work today, so I'm gonna do something more like simple on the eyes, but we're gonna just chat. I'm gonna set my eyes really quick, and then I will show you guys quickly the goodie bag that we got, because I'm going to try and use as many products as possible from that bag. And then also, Emily is from Canada, if you guys did not know. Oh, I got distracted by my Christmas tree lights. She's from Canada, so they don't have Ulta in Canada, and she's never been inside an Ulta, so we went to Ulta together and I picked up a few things. So I'll use a couple of those things as well. So super exciting. Everybody that was at the event got the like large Allie Glines travel bag, which like even like just this alone, I'm like, these are so nice, such nice quality. I actually do have this, and I traveled to Vegas with them, and I am literally in love. So I'm so excited to have a second set of Allie Glines bags, but I didn't have the brush bag that came inside of this, so I'm so excited to have this addition to my Allie Glines set. I just feel like it's so handy. These are literally the best travel bags ever. They fit so much stuff. So super excited about these. And then also when I opened my bag, I just about screamed, because from Allie Glines' new brand, is it Ravy Beauty? We have the new denim bag, which when she was doing her reveal video, I was like, oh my gosh, that bag. I love makeup bags, you guys. So I was so excited about this. And then 3 of the lip shades. So we have Dahlia. I don't know how well you'll be able to see swatched. It's like 5:30 in the morning, so it's super dark outside. And like, sometimes my lights are just overcompensating a little bit too much. But we have Dahlia, Lily, and Tulip. If you can't tell, I feel like I'm still recovering. I used Lily, I believe it was, yesterday. So comfortable on the lips. These are so nice. I'm so excited about those. And then I've been using this nonstop. It's the Sigma lip mask. This is like the best thing I feel like I've ever used in terms of a lip mask. So I'm gonna put some of this on now. This actually just feels so hydrating and so freaking nourishing. I mentioned this in another video. I can't remember which one. Maybe it's not even posted yet. But like, the moment we landed in Vegas, I'm from Minnesota. I thought I had dry skin, dry everything. But the moment I landed in Vegas, any last ounce of moisture that I had in my lips and face, like I literally, my face was like peeling. It was so dry. So this Sigma mask definitely came in handy. And we got a single shadow, which I've just put with the rest of my Cleota singles, but we got one of this Cleota single shadows in the shade Light Fast, which is this really beautiful multi-chrome shade right here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the shift, but it's this really beautiful kind of like gold to peach to pink multi-chrome. It is so pretty. I cannot wait to use that. We also got 2 singles from Sydney Grace. I have them in my little Z palette right here. So we have a matte and a shimmer. I don't actually have any Sydney Grace shadows. I don't think I've ever tried anything from Sydney Grace, which shame on me. As I try more from indie brands, even next year, I definitely need to pick something up from Sydney Grace. I really have my eye on their, like, is it the Heaven's Hue palette? I think that looks so pretty, but very excited to try a couple of their single shadows. And then I thought this was such an interesting product. This is from Surratt, and it is their Souffle eyeshadow in the shade Grwm. I don't know how to say anything in, not good at spelling, not good at pronouncing. This has such an interesting texture. It literally is like bouncy to the touch. And it is this really, really beautiful, more cool toned shade. I am so excited to try this on the eyes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I know how to like best apply that, but I've never tried anything. I don't think I've maybe tried a blush from Surratt, maybe not. But never anything like this, so I'm so excited to try that. I also have a Sigma brush. This is the F47 multitasker, and then a sponge from Ofra as well. I did put my things away, so it's possible that in my head, because it's 5:30 in the morning, I'm like missing something, but I believe that's everything. And then when I was at, where's my products? When I was at Ulta with Emily, she ended up picking up the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation, and I ended up picking it up too. I've actually used this a few times since arriving home, and I like this. I will say it's not my most favorite foundation. It feels just a little bit heavy, and I feel like this just looks a little bit drier than I personally would like on my dry skin. But I still like it, and I've really enjoyed mixing it with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I've gotten some use out of it that way. Then I also picked up from Fenty the Eavesdrop Blur Smooth Tint Stick, which Samantha and Angelica have been raving about. So I'm so excited to try this. I think this is what I will use today. I haven't used that yet. I also picked up the e.l.f. lip oil because why not? I feel like I have to try every lip oil. So I did pick that up. And then I know I recently posted a video saying eyeshadow palettes I'm glad I didn't buy, and this was on that list. But I did mention in that video that if the Cloud 9 was in stores, I was not making no promises that I wouldn't buy this. So I ended up buying this when Emily and I were in Ulta. I picked up the Cloud 9, so I might dip into a couple shades in this today, but those are all of my new goodies. I always start by doing my eyes first, so I think we're gonna start with the eyes. And I think I actually might just put this Surratt single shadow all over the lid first, just to kind of see how it translates on the eyes. Is it gonna be best paired with cool tones or warm tones? I'm honestly not sure, so let's find out together. Maybe this is like such an incorrect way to use this shadow, but that's okay. Let's chat about my experience. So I ended up flying out Thursday night, like late. I flew out, my flight was at like 10:30. So I worked the entire day Thursday, and I'll be honest, I think because I was so nervous about this trip, I did not do a great job of like, usually when I'm like super excited for a trip, I have things packed and ready to go like weeks in advance. I also will say, over the last 2 years, as I've sorted through like the stress of getting divorced, I've definitely gained a few pounds. So I feel like I'm not as comfortable in some of my like clothes as I used to be, which could have also been the reason I was really struggling to pack for this trip. I'm having, oh my gosh, you guys, I found more Alani Arctic Whites, favorite Alani flavor ever. So Thursday was a bit stressful when I got off work. I spent a little bit of time with my daughter, and then I had like an hour before I needed to get to the airport, and I had to finish packing. I'm someone who, when I travel, I like for my apartment to be literally the cleanest thing ever to walk into, because I know when I get home, I'm gonna be so sad that my trip's over. But usually it's like exciting to come home to like a clean space that you live in. So, and I do this all the time. Whenever I'm flying, I'm like so stressed until I like am through airport security, and then like I literally love airports. I think of them as like the lawless land. Like it can be 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, and it's completely normal to be sitting at the bar having like doing shots. So I love the airport once I'm through security. So I got through security. I believe Dallas was playing like the Seahawks. So I just like sat down and was able to watch the majority of that football game, which I love football, so that was fun. Got on the plane, got to Las Vegas, and I ended up renting a car just because I did not want to deal with the Uber situation. I've also been to Vegas quite a few times, but never rented a car. So I kind of wanted to like be able to potentially see it in a different way. I also knew that like I wanted to go to Ulta with Emily, and I didn't believe that there is an Ulta on this trip. I still don't think there's an Ulta on this trip. correct me if I'm wrong, but I ended up renting a car, and the way that I read the rental was that I also feel like I don't love this gray with whatever. We're just gonna have to make it work. I don't know if I'm gonna end up liking my look with this Cloud 9 palette. Anyway, why did I buy it then? So the way that I read the car rental was that I was going to be picking it up at the airport. That was not the case. Had to take like 2 shuttles to the car rental place and stand in literally the longest lines ever. So my flight landed in Las Vegas at like 12:15. I did not get to my hotel, which I stayed at the Excalibur. I've always stayed at the Flamingo when I've stayed in Vegas, the Flamingo or the Venetian, because I have gone to Vegas with my mom while she is traveling for work, and she stayed at the Venetian, which is so nice. But I've never stayed at the Excalibur, but I didn't get in until like maybe 3:30 a.m., which would be 5:30 a.m. at home. So aside from like the head nods on the airplane, I literally was awake for like 24 hours. I am also just a morning person. So no matter what, no matter how little or how much sleep I've gotten, like I'm up in the morning. So I was like, I need to like get to bed because I'm gonna be so tired. So then Emily ended up flying in on Friday before she flew in. I love to gamble, so I was just gambling a little bit and kind of just like taking it easy. She flew in around, I think 1 o'clock is when her flight landed, around 1, or maybe it landed around 12, and I didn't find her until 1, because navigating the freaking airport is, at least like where you park and where you go, not the easiest. But got Emily, and then we kind of just like walked around the strip on Friday, kind of just like hung out, walked around the strip. Hopefully I'll have some clips that I can like post in as I talk. I also forgot that I did ask on my community tab if you guys had any questions. And Leanne asked, how was it meeting Emily for the first time? And it was just so good. I feel like I have been watching Emily for so long. I even like tell this story to Emily. I always remember she was the first person ever on my YouTube channel that like I would consistently see comment on like multiple videos. And I remember at that time thinking like, who is this girl, and like why is she watching all my videos and commenting? Like, why does she care about me enough to like comment on my videos? So then eventually I realized she had a channel and started watching her videos, and I just feel like Emily has such a calming presence. And I will say I was quite nervous to, first of all, I just can be such an awkward person, which may or may not surprise some of you, but I can be so incredibly awkward. And so I was extremely nervous to meet her, because I'm like, well, what if she doesn't like me? Like, I'm such a people pleaser to my core too, that I was like, what if she doesn't like me and then she feels like she's like stuck in Vegas with me? What if I'm like too much, blah blah blah. And maybe I was all those things, I don't know. But she just has this calming presence, and it was so nice to get to share a room together and really just get to know each other on like a deeper level than like just, you know, project panning and the internet, and like what's your favorite book. We just had like some really great conversations. We were getting ready for the Creators and Friends event, and I remember saying like I was gonna film, but then we just like got into just conversations about life, and we were chatting so much that we like looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, it's literally 7 o'clock. We should be at the event right now. So it was so much fun. I love Emily even more in real life than I do on the internet, and it was so incredible not only to get to meet her, but also just to like share a room with her and have so many conversations with her and learn a little bit more about her. I was able to open up to her a lot about like things that I've gone through in the past couple of years, which I feel like even like my like real life friends don't even know a lot of the stuff that I've gone through the last 2 years, because throughout the course of my marriage, I kind of like isolated myself from my friend group. And I think sometimes it's awkward. I've had the same friends since like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Sometimes it's awkward when you've isolated yourself for so long to then like go back and like share yourself. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I felt so free to just open up to Emily about some of the things that I've dealt with. And she's just so non-judgmental, and we had so much fun. It was so much fun to talk about our channels, who we watch, and just all the things. So it was literally a dream come true to meet Emily. Okay, for primer today, I think I'm gonna go on with my Fenty instant, like my pro filter, because I'm using the Fenty matchstick for the first time. I've also really been enjoying this primer lately. We're just gonna call it eyes good for, well, do we want to call them good for the moment? Maybe I'll put this primer on, and I forgot I at least wanted to put that Cleota single on. So we wake up Saturday and we end up going to, wake up early, sorry Emily. Emily's like, you wake up so early. I know, it's a problem. Okay, so we ended up going to brunch at Alexa's, which was, I think it was called Alexa's, which was really good. I believe that is under Paris, in Paris, I think so. Not Planet, I think it's in Paris. So we went to brunch, and then we were gonna go to, I'm gonna forget the name, it's Satan something, Devil's Peak, something we had seen on Samantha's TikTok about how she went hiking at this really cool place. And we're like, okay, like it's an hour and 15 minutes off the strip. We'll drive there, we'll go, you know, hike, that'll be super fun, and then we'll drive back. We get over to the car to drive to the place, and the car is dead. The car is dead. And what's so funny is when I was, like sorting through the things that I was gonna bring and not bring, like all the cards I was gonna bring and not bring, as I was packing, I was like, oh, I better bring my AAA card. I don't think I'll need it, but like, better bring it. And then literally, day 2, I'm having to call AAA so that they can come jump the car. And then like the car rental place was like, well, we recommend bringing the car back here and like swapping it out for a different one. This is just like so something that would happen to me. So anyway, they say like, bring it back, we'll swap it out for a different one. I literally have, I'm not paying attention and I'm being so sloppy. This is not how I normally apply my eyeshadow, you guys. Anyway, they tell us to bring it back, swap it out. So we do that. We get back, and then Emily and I were just like walking on the strip. We wanted to go to CVS to see if they had Glam Light in CVS. We're walking around, the car rental place calls me. Where's my concealer? Ooh, I really am almost done with this concealer. Can you tell I have really bad squirrel brain right now? The car rental company calls us and they're like, hey, we think you accidentally brought the old car's key back with you, so we need that back. So we have to walk back to the hotel room, get the freaking key, which of course we did still have, and then drive that back to the car rental place. So by this time, which by the way, we did not go on the hike. We did not. We were like, we don't think we have enough time now. And thank goodness we didn't, because we drove away with the key and we had to bring that back. So then we ended up going back to the hotel, and there was a Baja Fresh in our hotel, which we used to have those in Minnesota, and then they got rid of all of them. And I personally like Baja Fresh more than like a Chipotle. So was so excited about that. We ended up just eating dinner at Baja Fresh, which is just like a really fast, like sit down Mexican. Not sit down, a really fast, like fast food Mexican, but we sat down there and ate it, and then we started getting ready. And we chatted so much. Again, it was just so nice to just get to talk to a friend. And we had so much fun getting ready that we lost track of time. And then we knew Mariella had reached out to us, Makeup by Mariella. I'll leave everybody that I mentioned linked down below. She had mentioned that she was going to the event, which I was so excited, because I've been watching her for so long, and it's just exciting when you're like, okay, you actually get to like meet people in real life. So I don't know where I was going with my train of thought at all. But I do remember getting ready. I was so freaking nervous because, again, I'm like, I'm such an awkward person. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to like talk to anyone. The fact that like I could even talk to Emily, I was proud of myself for it. So we're getting ready. I'm telling Emily I'm so nervous, but whatever, we're getting ready to go. I put my dress on that I was so excited to buy, because I was like, oh, I actually feel like I look okay in this dress. As I mentioned, I have not been feeling like super confident in a lot of things that I've worn, or a lot of my like clothes lately. And the zipper to my dress is not there. Like, it's broken, which is crazy. I'm gonna try and use this, the Sigma brush. I feel like this is probably best suited to like cream bronzer and contour, but you know, Samantha and Angelica said that this is an extremely blendable foundation, and by golly, wow, it is. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, that blended out so easily. I'm gonna add just a little bit more around my nose and see, and also my forehead, and see how it blends out with the sponge. But that was so easy. So again, This is just totally something that would happen to me. The zipper is literally straight up broken off and it goes so far down my back that like literally my butt would have been hanging out. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? And Emily is so sweet. She was like, do you want to wear this dress, this dress, this? She literally offered me the dress that she was wearing to wear, and I was like, no girl, like that is gonna look terrible on me. You're much smaller than me. But I appreciate it. So I did bring another just like long sleeve plain black dress, and I ended up wearing that, which was fine, but I definitely was kind of sad that I couldn't wear the dress that I had initially thought I would wear. Again, just something like totally, everything that could go wrong always goes wrong for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, whatever. So anyway, I'm so nervous to get to the event, but we get there, meet Mariella for the first time. And I remember like, again, being so nervous to walk in, but then like once we were inside, it was like, I really wasn't that nervous. I remember seeing Samantha March right away and just being in total awe of how absolutely beautiful she was, like in person. Like obviously you see people on the internet, they look so beautiful on the internet, but it's like the internet, right? So stunning, so beautiful, and just so kind. So I'm gonna stop doing stuff on my face and look at some of the other questions. So first of all, Jessica from Jessica Panana asked how to get an invite. Would love to meet you all, looked like a lot of fun. Okay, Jessica, I thought that you might be there and I was so excited to meet you, just because I feel like you have such a fun personality as well, and we need to meet. But if any of you are creators and want to be invited, literally just DM creators and friends. Samantha and Simbri have sent out so many messages about like, you know, wanting to be super inclusive, and if you want to go to any of the future events or want any of the information, to DM them on Instagram, which by the way, I haven't even said in my video yet. Hopefully I included it in the introduction, but thank you so much to Samantha and Simbri for just being so incredible and taking the time and just like being good humans and like coming up with this idea to just bring creators together. Literally, what a cool freaking idea. And I just feel like the execution was done so well, just like being a part of the experience. Like I can't even explain how awesome it was, and just like it truly what was so much better than I could have ever imagined. And like just wow, thank you to Samantha and Simbri. But I really hope that I can, you know, go to they've talked about doing hopefully a couple more one-day events next year, and I really hope that I can go to at least one of them, because just the amount of kind people in the community that like you don't even realize are out there, that was so cool. How was your experience meeting everyone? What was the best and not so good thing? Favorite memory that you will cherish in the future from the Vegas trip, place, food, etc. What makeup did you wear for the event? Okay, I'm gonna break this down. How was your experience meeting everyone? Maybe I'll save that for a minute, just because there's so much I feel like I want to say. What was the best and not so good thing? The best part was honestly just like literally meeting everyone. And I also forgot to tell you guys, so distracted, squirrel brain. While I was in Vegas, ordered this on Sephora.com. The Gucci bronzer, because Emily and I went to Sephora and I was able to swatch it, and I'm so excited about it. It's the limited edition. It's finally in my life. Okay, but best thing, literally just getting to meet so many more people than I even like thought I would get to meet. And just like connecting with other creators, and not like connecting to just like talk about like Instagram and YouTube and social media and all the things. Okay, wow, that's that's way too warm. This is really, this look is turning into an absolute disaster real quick. Okay, wow, how are we gonna salvage this? Oh, and I didn't even set my face. I'm so distracted, you guys. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna set my under eyes. I'm gonna set my under eyes. We're doing it today. We're really doing it. Best thing was just like getting to meet so many creators and connect with people, and just not just at the creators and friends event. Samantha's from Vegas, and she was able to get us like a space at Gatsby's, which is in Resorts World, afterwards, and we were literally there until 4 a.m. Like we literally closed it down because everyone was just having so much fun, like just getting to hang out with one another. And I just feel like that is such a cool, like so cool. Like I think about my friends in real life and like I love you guys, but like I don't want to like hang out till 4 a.m. I feel blessed to be in Minnesota where the bars close at 2 a.m. because I can barely make it till then. But like being surrounded by people, I just had so much energy. I wasn't tired. Granted, I've been tired for the week since, but it was just so cool to meet so many kind-hearted, lovely humans. And the not so good thing, I can't think of anything other than the fact that it was really annoying that I didn't have the zipper in my dress, but like whatever. And also it was really annoying that the car died. Whatever. Whatever though. Like we go with it. What makeup did you wear for the event? Okay, you guys. So Emily and I were getting ready, and I remember like watching her do her eyeshadow. I'm gonna grab a powder. And in my head I was like, oh my gosh, I need to like start getting ready. But like I just feel like I was so distracted by like talking to Emily. I just didn't even know like what I wanted to do. So I ended up wearing to the event, what did I wear? I ended up wearing the Oma Beauty Say What foundation mixed with a little bit of the Chanel, because I had been wearing that combination prior, like all the week prior, and it was so long lasting, and I was like, ooh, this will be like super long lasting. I feel like it looks really smooth on my skin. Are we fixing the bronzer a little bit? Hopefully. And so that's the foundation combination that I actually ended up wearing. And then for an eyeshadow palette, I mixed a little bit of the, oh my gosh, Urban Decay Stone Vibes with the Glaminatrix Nearly Neutral. And that's what I wore. But I was so nervous thinking that like everyone was going to have like the most beautiful, flawless makeup. And I was just going to look like I got ready on like the bus or something. And everyone did have really beautiful, flawless makeup. But it wasn't like a situation where like I felt uncomfortable in like my in this. Granted, it wasn't quite like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I promise I did swatch this in store. I'm like, this is a spring summer shade for me. Yikes. Okay, we're gonna try and fix this a little bit with powder. Favorite memory that you will cherish in the future? I think my favorite memory, okay, one, Gatsby's was literally just so exciting. It like truly was so much fun. But also on Sunday, Emily and I went and met up with Tosh, Sarah, and Tom from Hope Mess Tom, and it was this really cute, just like sushi place. It was actually really like chill. There wasn't a lot of people there. It wasn't super loud, and it was just so much fun to get to connect with other creators. So that also is something that I will cherish forever. We went and walked, oh my gosh, we walked all the way from Excalibur to like the fashion mall on the opposite end of the strip. And we ended up walking back, so it was such a long walk, but when we were walking back, we all went into the Bellagio together, and they have this really, really beautiful setup for Christmas, like this nutcracker sort of like setup. So beautiful. We took a picture in front of like the tree there, and then we watched the Bellagio fountains, which was just so much fun. And again, it was just fun to like walk and chat and get to, you know, spend more time connecting with other creators. I absolutely loved that, and again, we'll cherish that forever. Anna asks, did you meet Samantha and Angie? How was it? Were you nervous for the event and meeting them if you got to? Yes, I met both of them. Both of them literally so kind. Like Samantha March, what you see on the internet is like what you get, but like times like 1,000. She is literally one of the kindest human beings, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, but she is someone, I've literally watched her since the Redwall days. I feel like I started my YouTube channel, and then I like didn't know if I wanted to continue on with my YouTube channel, but watching her made me want to continue my YouTube journey. And she's also someone who gave me the courage to walk away from a relationship that was so incredibly unhealthy for me. I'm still 2 years later in the process of going through divorce, which is kind of tough, but her being so brave to share her story on the internet and continue to share her story, I think has just been so incredibly inspirational. And I just view her in just like this light, like a light higher than like just a YouTube creator. Like she's truly someone who's made such an impact in my life, and just to like share a few brief moments to like tell her and thank her for sharing her story and making such a big impact was so so special to me. I feel like I'm gonna cry, and I don't cry. So that was really cool, and she is just so kind, so fun, so sweet, so high energy. So that was awesome. And then yes, also got to meet Angie, and she is literally, first of all, everybody's so beautiful in person. She is absolutely stunning. Just like, I can literally vividly see her, like absolutely stunning and so freaking funny. Like one of the funniest people I feel like I've ever met. Oh my gosh, she was telling a story about, oh my gosh, she was telling a story and I was just dying of laughter, and days later I was dying of laughter just like thinking of some of the funny things that she said. So just, I feel like there's such this bad like thought that like people on the internet are not genuine. Literally every single person at this event was so kind. I'm thinking of Stacy, Alexandria, Joy, just so awesome to get to connect with people that I likely never would have like found them potentially, and they're just so kind. And one thing, so meeting Mariella from Makeup by Mariella, it's so funny because one of the first things I said to her is like, it's so great to meet you in person. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at commenting because I am just really bad at commenting. I watch videos, but I don't comment a ton. And she like laughs and she's like, yeah, I know, you really are. And so all night it was like this joke that like I'm so bad at commenting on people's videos. And so I will say this event really inspired me and encouraged me to comment more, to like reach out, to like things, to just uplift and show my support to other people. So I feel like that's one real cool takeaway, is just I've been like so excited to like comment on other people's things, like message people, things like that. But that's one funny thing that I like all night we were like, I'm so bad at commenting. Okay, I think I've answered like all of the questions. So I feel like I'm trying to tell the timelines because I'm hoping I can like put pictures in as we go. But at the event also got to meet Sarah Rose, which I watch every single one of her videos. And what was so cool is she walked up, we introduced each other, and she's like, oh my gosh, I watch all of your videos. And I'm like, in my head I'm thinking, you do? Like, I'm just like, because I do that thing where like I feel like I knock myself down. And Tosh from Too Much Tosh said the exact same thing. It's like, I watch people's videos because they're awesome. But that was just so cool. Sarah, I had just watched Sarah and Nathan, her boyfriend's video of Boyfriend Does My Makeup, and Nathan was out at Gatsby's and got to meet him the following night out at dinner. And just those two are just the best. Like, I just absolutely love their relationship, their dynamic. Nathan is hilarious, and so getting to watch that video and then like meet them in real life was just so cool. And then at the event, you guys, I remember telling Emily Saturday, like I was just telling her how much like I hate the word obsessed, but like I'm obsessed with Lauren May Beauty. I like love her channel. I have really leaned into her this year. Like, I could be having the worst day trying to fall asleep at like 1 in the morning and like watching her advent calendars, literally like laughing alone to myself, and just I love her so much. So I remember telling Emily, I'm like, I really want to at least say hello to Lauren if she's there. And then she was there, and I remember being so nervous to go say hi to her. Like all night I was like trying to hype myself up just to go say hi. She's so beautiful in person, literally so beautiful. And so I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna, like, Lauren to me is like the cool girl, like the cool girl at school. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, whatever. And so finally at the end of the night, I was like, I'm gonna regret this if I don't do it. Like, girlfriend, you can go say hello. So I went up and told her just like how much I absolutely loved her fragrance channel, like really fell in love with fragrance this year, and just how much like I just really appreciate her, because I feel like there's so many, like there's a video she posted earlier this year about like 7 ways to like take care of herself. And she recently actually posted a video that I watched after the Creators and Friends event, talking about how she's not going to post every single day during Vlogmas. And I was going to, and I watched that video and I was like, it's actually okay. Like, I don't have to post every day. So I'm just like, I just feel like she's someone that when I watch her videos, it feels like I'm sitting down with her. And I just absolutely love that. So it was so cool to just get to like say hello to her, tell her how much I love her content, and she is just absolutely gorgeous in person. Also, you guys, just me embarrassing myself as always, Kelly Gooch walks in, just the most gorgeous human. Her hair, like truly her hair, like yes, it is even more beautiful in person than what you see on the internet. She like walks over to our group to come say hello, and I like remember looking over and my like, this is how I look, because I just remember seeing her being like, she is just gorgeous, as is everyone. But yeah, jaw on the floor. And she was so sweet and so literally every single human being, so sweet and so kind, and it was just heartwarming to see. So afterwards, I shouldn't be doing my eyebrows while I chat, especially because I like do not have a good brow routine. No one needs to be taking notes from me. So afterwards, like I said, we went to Gatsby's, and that was so much fun. Although I will say one other not so good thing that happens. Sometimes your girl has, you know, one too many beverages, and then I start acting a fool yelling about football. And I remember that there were towards the end of the evening, I was yelling about football, and I like reflect back on that, and I'm like rolling my eyes like, girl, really? Did we really have to go there? No, we didn't. But going to Gatsby's was just, it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, Emily and I like went to the bathroom, and outside of Gatsby's, as we were going to the bathroom area, we got to, Heather Austin was sitting out there, I think waiting for her sister-in-law. So we got to chat with her for a minute. She is, oh my goodness, she is so stunningly beautiful. I feel like that's what I have to say about her. She, so beautiful. I was like, oh my goodness. She, so beautiful. And she was out there eating nachos, and so then all night Emily and I were like, we need to go have nachos after this. And then we ate cold Mexican food in our hotel room when we got back, because Baja Fresh wasn't open at 4 a.m. But oh my gosh, you guys, one of my most favorite people I feel like that I got to meet, everybody was my favorite actually, but there was a moment where we're standing, and this person comes up to me, and I think this person comes up to me and says something, and I like look over. I'm terrified. I look over, and there's Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. Such a sweet person. She like looks at me. I feel like she sees the terror in my eyes, and she's like calls me over. I go sit down next to her, and then her husband Tyler, literally just so funny, such a good sport. I told Amanda, I was like, all night I didn't know at the time that was her husband. I was like, all night I've seen him just like going around like just like the life of the party. Like there's all these social media creators, influencers out in the wild, and he is just having the best time, just like so good at like mingling with everybody, and just like being such a good sport. I'm like, that is a husband that someone should have. And he ended up buying me a water, which was so sweet. And Amanda, just truly also so beautiful. Her sequined outfit, oh my gosh, she told Emily, because Emily also had a sequined outfit on, she's like, I keep doing this because I keep getting scratched by my sequins. She is someone that I would love to spend more time with, just because, wow, like what a fun, just truly like genuine, kind to her core human being that I feel like would be like just the most protective, loyal friend ever. I don't know, she just like gave off that energy. And wow, I would love to spend more time with her, because she just seems so kind. So then Sunday, I woke up early in Las Vegas. Football starts at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was out till 4 and I have to get it at 10 to watch these football games. But the football lover and me got up to watch some football. And then Emily and I ended up going to Ulta. We went to Barnes & Noble, because she's never been to a Barnes & Noble. I don't think Barnes & Noble was as exciting for her. But it was so fun to just be able to do some of those things with Emily. But then later on Sunday, we went and met Tosh from Too Much Tosh, Sarah Rose, and Tom from Hope Miss Tom, which I had recently found Tom's channel maybe like 2 months prior, and he is someone who I've been watching quite a bit of lately. So to get to meet him was so cool. He is so funny, literally so funny. I got to sit next to him at dinner, and just some of the things that he was saying just like had me cracking up. So that was so cool. I do not feel like they're saving this makeup look. I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of the Cloud 9. It's really the Cloud 9 that I'm like, I don't love what I don't love it. Maybe I should have just gone for like a white in that. Let's try that. Like I said, it like it was way better than I could have ever imagined. And I just came home really with this sense of wanting to, again, kind of comment on people's posts more, and just really show my support and like actually show it, rather than just like, okay, like I'm watching, but like, you know, just like spreading kindness and positivity, saying kind words to people. I just really came home with a lot of that, and hoping to kind of take that into 2024 with me. I'd really love for the opportunity to do this again, just because it's just really cool to go meet so many people. And again, I think there's this stigma that like people on the internet are just not genuine, or not like, they're not actually who they portray on camera, and that was not my experience at all. Everyone was even better in person, is what I truly would say. They had the absolute best time. I will say, coming home, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still absolutely exhausted. Plus, sometimes I feel like, and maybe it's just because of like what is going on in my personal life, sometimes it's like nice to get away, and it's like almost like you feel like you're in this safe bubble when you're outside of like your home. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but then it's like coming back, you're like smacked with reality, and you're like, ugh. Okay, you guys, I really think I like everything except for the Cloud9 palette, which I just should have known better. And I will say, the bronzer, it is really pigmented. I'm like, dang. But shade 1 I feel like would have been too light for me, and shade 2 is more of like a contour. So I think definitely when I'm self-tanned, I'll really like it. I just need to keep in mind it is extremely pigmented. This foundation, I'm like, oh my goodness. I think this is going to be a new favorite, the Fenty Stick Foundation. It looks so natural on the skin, and it was truly so easy to blend. But let me pop on, I'm going to use the shade Lily from the Ravy Beauty. And this is just so comfortable on the lips. Ooh, it smells so good too. Just so comfortable on the lips. I feel like this is something that like is one of those lip products too that like you could just carry with you everywhere, and it's so easy to just apply. You can trust that it's not going to be all over your face, and it almost feels like a nourishing lip balm. Like, I really like it. I like how thin it is, so super happy with that as well. I am gonna go finish doing my hair and getting ready for work, but that was my experience at the Creators and Friends event. I feel like because my mind is kind of in 10,000 places, and it's also so early in the morning, certainly I probably forgot to mention someone, forgot to mention something. So if I did, I apologize, you guys. But thank you again to Samantha and Simbri for putting on this just incredible event, and it was so great to meet everyone, and I definitely hope that I get the opportunity to do it again. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any other questions that you have about the event or the trip, whatever it might be, let me know in the comments, and I will let you know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.